This is a model answer for the question, what developments in medicine were made by Galen? And remember that everything at the end of each paragraph, the content of that paragraph, has to be delivering to that particular question. Now, you were asked to structure this in as much detail as you can. We were going to particular focus upon making that structure clear to any examiner, and also making very clear our point evidence analysis. That is, the end of each of the paragraphs should be really tightly focused on the question. So we go back one slide. Okay, so firstly we can see that things are structured very clearly. We have a brief introduction. Now that provides the context, won't score anything, but it sets the scene and maybe also shows that you have planned your response. See, no student should be starting a response to this question without having thought what is the plan that is required to fulfill the criteria for this particular mark of question. So, following on from Hippocrates, Galen is considered to be the best doctor in the ancient world. He took Hippocrates' ideas further, built on them, developing medicine further, though not without mistakes. So this question is going to deal with his developments, firstly, because that's what the question is asking for. Secondly, it's going to conditionalize those developments. It's going to deal with the mistakes that he made. But the question is talking about developments first, in a positive light, so we'll deal with the positives first. His biggest contribution. So a hierarchical response. I will deal with the most important first. To the development of medicine was in the field of anatomy. His books spent a lot of time discussing dissections that improved his understanding of how the body was arranged and consequently, as a result of this, how it worked. He proved the heart functioned, if in a different way to how it was previously thought, and also placed the brain at the centre of the body rather than the heart. Both of these examples show progress as he questioned previous understanding and took medicine forward. So in terms of his developments, we have got anatomy dealt with, firstly. We have then got an impact from anatomy on physiology, the job of the heart, and the role of the brain. All dealt with as examples of evidence of how Galen took medicine further. Here's your analysis. Both of these examples show progress. So not just the change, the development, but the specific type. This was taking medicine forward as he questioned previous understanding and took medicine forward. Secondly, he developed medicine by building upon Hippocrates. So now we're dealing with the issue of continuity. He built upon the theory of the four humours. He made the system more complex, factoring in the seasons as well as his own theory of opposites. He developed medicine right back to the question now, by making natural and scientific explanations even more central to the teaching of medicine. In this last area, he was to have the greatest impact. His last contribution to medicine was the duration of his ideas. Both the good ones mentioned above and the mistakes he made, 1, 2, were taught in a church-dominated world for over 1,000 years. This did allow some continuity of his good ideas, but is all too easily remembered for its promoting his bad ideas and mistakes. This is both continuity, progression, and regression. So the language of change again. In conclusion, Galen had a huge impact on the development of medicine over a very, very long time. I draw your attention again, the end of each of these paragraphs directly addresses the question. Let's judge the developments of Galen. And again here, some continuity of good ideas, but also bad ideas, continuity, progression, and regression.